what's happening? What's happening, guys? Wanted to put this out today because tomorrow be too late, I think. Talked about this book being put out on Sunday by Black Cape Comics. So what happened, it looks like, is that Boom didn't give them the okay to reveal, I guess, the cover. But they have it now, and they just revealed it. Black Cape Comics and Something's Killing the Children, number 15. This is the Zoo Orzo, her last cover with them on this run. It is going to be limited to 300, just as the other ones were. However, this one will be limited to one per person, one per option as well. So it will be at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're looking at Pacific time, you have to be there at 5 p.m. I'm going to try to make this one for sure. I wasn't able to get any of the past Zoo Orzos because they sell out. Guys, they sell out in a matter of like less than a minute. That's really what they've been selling out at. So they're saying that after 3 minutes, it's a free-for-all, but I don't think it's going to make it to 3 minutes. All right, so if you want to get in on it, be there, set your alarm to 7:50 just to make sure, 7:50 p.m. Eastern time, just to make sure you make it, or obviously 4:50 p.m. Pacific time to make sure that you're going to make it. And have an account, log into your account with Black Cape already, before you order it. That would be my suggestion to you guys. I believe this is going to be gone in a matter of less than a minute. Okay, so be ready for that tomorrow. Guys, I encourage everybody that watches this channel to go on the message boards. I got guys here in this channel that they put out more information than I do. Okay, so on Sunday, if you would have came to the channels, I think it was Manny Talavera that posted it. That on Facebook, they came out with an announcement that that they're going to re-release it on. They're going to release it. They postponed the releasement and they're releasing it on Wednesday. So and that happens quite a lot, even with the miles and stuff. I mean, Wayne put out some good stuff on miles and what the numbers means. He was able to communicate with Mr. Kyle Gu, and Wilbert always puts out good stuff also. I mean, so I encourage you guys to go on the message boards and read the message boards. There's just, this isn't something that I'm just saying because I want you guys to comment on it. Just look at it for the information. I got something else to show you guys too. All right, so Mr. Sebastian Jones, he sent me a special code. All right, now this isn't a code for the channel. I don't get anything out of this code. Like I said, I just happen to like this guy, man. I happen to I've never met him ever. I've never actually talked to him, but he does email me. And keep in mind that this is a small publisher too, so he wants definitely to get word out there. But they're running, for Black History Month, they're running 20% off with special code BHM for Black History Month. Okay, so BHM, you get 20% off. I also noticed that he's got a Kickstarter book out there, Morka Moa. So hey, if you guys are interested, go in and get some of this. I'm actually going to be going after. After I do this, I think I'm going after the Untamed. This is a New York Comic Con exclusive. I'm probably going to go after that because Niobe is on the cover, and that would be, I believe, her first cover appearance. I'm almost sure about that. I thought this was it, but it isn't. This is that Warrior. But they also have the 50s, the era printings for the 50s. They still have some left. So if you're getting 20% off of $60, not a bad deal, and 20% off of the NYCC exclusives, not a bad deal as well, because the virgins were limited to 75, and the trades, this one's a trade, that trade was limited to 125 only. You know, so that's a pretty nice deal. So for a book that has tremendous spec value, okay, not something bad to take a gander on. All right, I will be getting my reading copy, like I said, pretty soon, and that's going to be for a hardcover that I'm purchasing from for the Untamed. All right, some more stuff to show you. All right, so this is a book that you guys know that I've spec'd on for a while already. Okay, if you guys been watching the channel, you know that I went heavy on this book. There's certain books I've gone super heavy on. The Blue Marvel, Something's Killing the Children. I have a ton of both of those. I also have other properties that I went heavy on that I haven't shown anything yet. Hopefully those will come to fruition. And when I go heavy on stuff like this too, these are all, I'm gonna send Mr. Kendra 25 of these to press and submit as a pre-screen. I do believe they need a pressing, even though I had 3 9.8s that I bought myself between $80 and $105. I had 3 of them. One of them, of course, I gave away in a giveaway, and I gave it away because the book is started moving already. It started moving. It's kind of calmed down a little bit. It's at the 200 to 250 level right now. It was in the 300 level. But you know, the indication on this book is that people are starting to realize, because I'm starting to see it in different different sites now. I'm starting to see it. It came out on Go Collect, and then somebody else covered it also, a much bigger channel than I have. I have a minuscule channel, guys. I by no means caused this book to move. So, but I do count on other channels to talk about this eventually and get this book moving, because this is technically the first full appearance in a comic book for the Power Rangers, right? So here's what's changing. I'm sending Mr. Kendra 25 books. What happens is that this has, even my 9.8s have it, and Wilbert can confirm it as well. If he looks at his 1.8 that he got, he'll confirm right around here. You can't really see it on here, right? But it has a little bit of a crease, and I believe it's because of the trading card that's inside. So I want to see, I definitely want to get it pressed. It's going to cost me more money, obviously, to press it. And then hopefully on the pre-screen, I can get a minimum of 15 9.8s. All right. I'm saying minimum. That's what I'm looking for as a pre-screen. And I will do it as a pre-screen because I don't want to get back a bunch of 9.4s, not just yet. Okay, so here's what has changed. So Mr. Kendra, look, the fact is his prices were really, really low. Okay. Now the modern tier, CCS's modern tier is at $12 per book. Mr. Kendra just went up $1 on the pressing, and he also includes a cleaning with that as well. All you have to do is just put down, please please clean as well or whatever, and he will do it for free. Here's where you save money, even though he did, you know, raise the price a little bit on that as well. And again, I don't blame him, because his prices are still they're still good, man. They're still pretty good. They're still pretty decent. All right, $20 for anything 1974 or older. That includes Golden Age, guys. So you're not going to get a better deal than that. Not on that, CCS will charge you more for anything before 1974. Okay. Yes, I did confirm with CGC that they did not raise the modern tier. I confirmed that with them on a phone call. The modern tier is still at $12 CCS. It is up to you guys whether you want to use CCS or Mr. Kendra. Now, I use both. As you guys know, I just sent 7 books to CCS to get pressed, all right? But I first sent them to Mr. Kendra, and he got them to 9.6s for me. So why do I do this? Is because I do believe that Mr. Kendra puts a lot more attention to his pressing and his cleaning than CCS does. All right, but you know, so why don't I just do it with him solely, right? Because my graded books, I want CCS to touch if they're graded. All right. I will be sending Mr. Kendra some graded books in the future, but not just yet. Let me show you some other books that I'm going to send Mr. Kendra, and they're going to be in a modern tier as well. So I'm debating on sending this one. I'm not sure about this one just yet. This is from the PC. So, and that's the only reason why I'm debating it, because this is the only one that I have left on the PC. I had another one that I had slabbed a while ago and sold it. But this one is in really nice condition, guys. It's really, really nice. But it's a reading copy. And it's really not worth that much right now. People are not looking at a $239 as much as they are at that one, right? I had 2 of these left in the PC. One of them does not have the tattoos. That's the one that I'm going to keep as a reading copy for that. As far as this one, even a 9.6 is only less than $150, let's say. And I think this one will come back, even if I haven't pressed it, probably a 9.4 to a 9.6. It could come back a 9.8 though, but yeah, I'm debating that. Not sure yet. This one's another nice copy right from the PC, and I'm going to be sending this one out to him. This will not be a 9.8, but it should come back in the 9s, even though it does have that, and that's the reason why it's not going to be a 9.8. It does have the tattoos inside. In case you guys want to see what the tattoos look like, hold on just a second and I'll show you. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is a newsstand. However, the newsstand that concerns me the most is the Canadian variant. The Canadian variant will be a 75-cent book. There's much less of that. It's a much scarcer book in a Canadian price variant. This is the tattoos. So this is the fold of it. This is how they fold it. And that's why when they remove the tattoos, you're going to see that this thing right here is ripped. Every time, almost every time that they remove the tattoos. And then on the last page is where the fold, right there. That's where the tattoo is. It's in there. Okay. In case you guys are wondering about the tattoos, and that's what you look for in case you see this in the raw. A pretty much dead giveaway is if you see a rip on the staple, right around the staple. You see a rip there, more than likely does not have the tattoos. All right, so this one is definitely going. That would be my last 238 in a raw that I have. I do have obviously some graded 238. I still have two 9.8s. I did sell one 9.8, guys, all right? I sold one because you gotta feed the hobby, but I'm keeping two of my 9.8s, and I still have some 9.6s and 9.4s. All right, I'm gonna send this to him to see if he can take a look at where is this baby at? It's little bit of a crease that it has on this side. I've shown it before, but I want to see what he can do with that, even though this does have this right here, which I don't know how he's gonna press it without ruining it, but I'm gonna send it to him anyway. This guy has different techniques that I believe that he can do something with. And then these books, Last of Us, these you can only find in a video game. In a certain video game too. It was a special edition video game back in the day for Last of Us, and this was the Ashcan that only came with that video game. I sent these out for a CGC pre-screen 9.8 and it failed, so I'm gonna send it to him now and see what he can do. And then these, actually I have a second one. I'm gonna have to look to see what I did with it, but this right here is the Walmart, one of the Walmart variants that they had for Strange Academy. This is the latest one. There's two of them. The first Walmart variant is red Strange, and the second one is in blue Strange. But it is notorious for the Walmart variants to come with minor wear, and I think he can get that minor wear out and hopefully get my 9.8s. Sending these also. These are the second prints of the Scarlet Spider that you can only get from the Toy Biz toy. Alright, but almost all of them will come. I have not seen one yet that does not come with creasing right around this area here, and that's because the toy presses down on that side right here. If you're lucky, it won't crease the book and it'll just crease a little bit on the inside, but I think Mr. Kendra could get that out, and hopefully I can get a 9.8 on that. This is the same thing. It has the same type of creasing, right? And this is again the second print. You will notice the second print just by that right there. If you see that, where you know, where the newsstand would be, or the direct symbol, it'll be just blank, and that'll be the second print from Toy Wiz. Came out later than the regular 118 did, but then again, so did Spider-Man 2099. As a matter of fact, this one came out just a couple years after. Spider-Man 2099 #1 came out 10 years after, almost 10 years after, you know, and it's worth a hell of a lot more, that second print. This I'm going to send out, I believe, too. This is an appearance by Quake, first appearance of Quake. I'll send him this as well. It has a little bit of creasing in the back. This right, it failed a 9.8 pre-screen, but I'm going to send it to him and see if he can get me to a 9.8 on that. Of course, Sentai. This was, I bought this because of Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom, who hasn't been on the channel. Where you been, man? I hope you're doing all right. You better not have COVID. But, yeah, Dr. Doom got me to get Sentai. And I'm very happy about that, because this is a nice copy that I purchased of Sentai. And even though it's, I'm still much higher on that right there, there's much less of these that exist, because I rarely see these, rarely see them, but it's not really a comic book inside. I did show the contents of that in a different book. My last, this will be thanks to Mr. Wilbert. Now I am looking for a reprint. This is my reading copy, Amazing Spider-Man 300, going to Mr. Kendra. This is my last raw. It's in pretty decent condition too, man. This should come back to me in the 9s. Should. Okay. My last 300. Imagine I get a 9.8 on this. Nah, I'm not getting a 9.8. But man, nah, I'm not getting a 9.8, guys. It has just a little some little ticks in the back end, and on that book, those little ticks are the reason why you don't get so many on 9.8 with that huge print run that it had. And then these are the 3 Something's Killing the Children from where did I get these from? From Midtown. Yeah, I got them from Midtown. These are the 3 that did not come back on the pre-screen 9.8. I'm going to send them to Mr. Kendra, see if he can get them to 9.8 for me. And I'm going to send this out as well. This one failed. There's, you know, the hype on this one kind of died down a lot, but I think this character is here to stay. I do believe that the Robin King is here to stay. It's a character that's gonna last. I do believe that, and that's why I'm sending this out, not to sell, but this will be a hold. This will be a hold, and whatever grade I get, that's what I get. If I get 9.8s, these will be holds. Anything less than 9.8, I believe I'm gonna sell. I believe I'm gonna sell if they come out less, and then I'm gonna send some of these out as well. I just got to look at them because some of these are going to be sent as 9.8 screens, pre-screens. Held these on for more than a decade now since they came out. I got these right out of the newsstand. Right out of the newsstand. You know, there's another book that I spec'd on heavy. You know, I slabbed a whole bunch of these, guys. I slabbed a whole bunch of these, and I sold them back in the day. Very, very good stuff, right? Because these books were really hot back then. But as moderns tend to do, they kind of died down. But there's nostalgia that's starting to build on this book. Batman 612, because of that cover. I mean, that is one spectacular, spectacular cover. And because of Mr. Jim Lee, you know. And this is actually my favorite cover. A lot of people like 608 because that was the start of this series. This is the Hush series. But this has always been my favorite cover of Hush. Even though he does have Batman in there, like, you know, in a vice. But yeah, I love this cover. Love this cover, and I have quite a few of those as well. But I gotta look at them and see which ones I'm gonna send. Right? Again, these are books that I've spec'd on, and I spec'd on them for quite a long time, and I've more than made my money back on those, at least from back in the day. And of course these I did hold on to. I've never slabbed these. I have more of these, but I think it's time to let them go. I should have probably had them slabbed already before the Wanda and Vision series came out, because they're going crazy now also. But yeah, that's going to be going to Mr. Kendra. It'll be a set of 25 that is going to be going to him. Yes, I am going to pay an extra $1. Ah, damn it. I just dropped the book. Yeah, at least it wasn't the Spider-Man, but see, I hope I didn't damage this book. This one just came out. This is going to be a pre-screen. That's why you got to bag and board your books, guys. Look at that. This thing fell and nothing happened. Yay. Alright, so Yeah, this is the Vampirella. This is limited to 300. I like the flag, but I mean, look. Yeah, let's get the ratings up, huh? Let's get the ratings up, baby. Yeah, limited to 300 copies on this thing. I ended up getting, I thought I only got 3 of them. Ends up I got 6. I got 6. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for now. Last thing, guys. If you ever purchase from Mile High Comics and they say it's near mint, just prepare to get something that's very fine to near mint. Okay, because every book that I got from them that said it was near mint for the Amazing 334s is probably in the very fine near mint category. Unlike my comic shop, who does undergrade all their books, and as a seller, sellers don't really like sending them raws because of that, because they know they're going to undergrade. But yeah, my comic shop, if they say a book is near mint, you better bet that that book is at least near mint plus. Okay, that's why they very rarely are you going to see something in there that's going to say near mint. If it says very fine near mint, more than likely that book is near mint. If Mile High says is near mint and this says near mint, this is not near mint, and I don't care what anybody says. Get me a grader here. This will not be going out to CGC to get pressed. There's no value in it just yet. Maybe later when the 9.4s become a little bit more sought after, I'll send this out to Mr. Kendra and get it pressed, but not right now. I bought quite a few of these and no, didn't come out the way that I thought they would. Alright, that's my video for today, guys. Have a good night. Tomorrow, Something's Killing the Children, Black Cape Comics. Get your account ready if you want that book, okay? And don't forget also Stranger Comics, Black History Month, all month, the entire month of February. BHM code for 20% off. All right, that is a fantastic spec Niobe. All right, again, I encourage you not to go heavy into it, but even if you go after after the New York City Comic-Con variant that they have there, limited to 125 and 75 for the trade is $19 for, it's $20 for the one that's limited to 125. That's a fantastic spec when she's on the cover. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Have a great night.